Hey everyone, welcome back to Mike's Monsters. Today we have the newest Alien Romulus trailer, the one that fans have been asking for months now. It's not been too long since we got that last trailer, but I wouldn't be surprised if this new one doesn't show a lot and they're trying to keep things under wraps because the director, Fede Alvarez, has said he wants people to go in as blind as possible. So I'm expecting this trailer to be a little light. I actually got to speak with Fede this weekend. I was at Monsterpalooza, and if you would like to see the panel that he was on with Alec Gillis and Shane Mahan, I uploaded that to my channel. I also got to speak with him and take this Polaroid here. We talked a little bit about how I've seen the movie, and he said, I haven't seen the movie because the special effects and things weren't finished yet, and that's true. So everything I see here will be brand new. I also got this poster signed by Alec Gillis, Fede Alvarez, and Shane Mahan. Special effects from Legacy Effects and Studio Gillis, formerly Studio ADI, and they had a really good chat. So if you'd like to check out the video, like I said, it's going to be in my channel. It's the previous upload. I'll link it below as well. But if you've been following this channel for a while now, you've known that I have seen this movie. And if you're wondering how, I got to work on the marketing a little bit, and you'll see that stuff closer to the release of the film. I might not even be able to share exactly what I've done there, but it was a very cool experience. I got to see the movie back in November and February. And it was a very rough cut without special effects. There was a little bit of CGI here, but most of it was all just like really rough, not finished anything, like PS1 graphics without any colors on them, like a gray block moving here or there. So I'm looking forward to seeing more because everything I see is going to be more final and more up to date and more representative of what actually will be in the movie. Not to say that I didn't see most of the movie because it was a very finished film from what I watched at the same time, but I'm looking forward to seeing what we have here. Please do not blow up my DMs and ask me a million questions about this movie. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, even though there are some YouTube channels out there that have given out a lot of information yet. I'm not going to acknowledge what they've put out there because they actually don't know what is actually happening in the movie. They're just going off of very loose descriptions of how and what happens in the movie. They haven't seen it with their own eyes. They don't know the context, the tone, the vibe, any of that stuff. And I can promise you, the way some of the things have been worded in some people's videos hasn't been necessarily accurate. I'm not going to be one to leak things either. I have talked a little bit about like the facehuggers having barbs on their fingers. That's not really a leak because if you look at the first photo that we were shown on Alien Day last year, we saw the barbs on the fingers. We just didn't know they were there. I also said that David's not in the movie, and that should be pretty obvious by now. This is not a Covenant follow-up or anything like that. But enough talking, let's get into the trailer now and see what this new Alien Romulus official trailer has to offer. Nice. Atmospheric processor. That was not in the trailer, not in the version that I saw.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
Nice.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
This movie is very beautifully shot. Nice sound effects. Oh, do you remember? Hello?
What's happening?
There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the
I don't know,
water?
there's just something in the fucking water.
Oh yeah, my favorite scene in the movie.
Open the door, come on.
Run.
Good stuff. Oh, I like this.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, they're showing a lot without showing a lot, that's for sure. We're gonna just go through this trailer just a little bit, scene by scene here a little bit. So like I said, there's an atmosphere processor shot at the beginning of the trailer. That was not in the cut that I saw. Most likely because of special effects and all CGI and all that kind of stuff. We see Rain waking up from a dream. This is towards the beginning of the film. We see the ship leaving the planet that they are living on to head up to the Renaissance Station. Andy and Rain holding hands. They are a really great brother and sister dynamic in this film. A very beautiful shot of the planet with the ship flying out of it with the rings and everything in there. That wasn't in... A lot of these, like I said, a lot of these weren't in the cut that I saw. This is when they are seeing the station for the first time. See a lot of little cast dialogue here, and then I really enjoyed the cast in this one. It was a lot of fun. They were all really great. We see that the station is damaged here. We got a lot of throwback shots like the air vents and the stuff opening and closing like an Alien. Fede has a really great sense of capturing the atmosphere of the original movie, and he talks about that in that Q&A that I just recently uploaded. We see the cast walking through the ship, looking around, a couple more shots of more of the actors, and then we have this big hole, very reminiscent of Aliens, with the discovery of the damage on Hadley's Hope. I wonder who or what could have caused that. From the director of Evil Dead, we get the zero gravity stuff. This was a shot. Oh, they're showing a lot there. I wonder what Andy's holding in his hand right there. I won't say. We see the blue light beam from Alien again, that we haven't really seen again since that first film. We also see a little bit of Hive hanging out there as well. That scene where they open the door there and the silhouettes, that's a very tense and good scene, and I'm not going to explain what's going on there. But I have noticed in this trailer that they did omit some special effects for some things. But if you look at the top right of the frame, there's something scurrying around there, and I bet that you can guess what that is if you look at it for a little bit. A lot of great atmosphere shots, and we see the station looks a lot like Nostromo mixed with Hadley's Hope, which is what Fede was going for. We see Eileen Wu using the newly discovered X-ray machine that is a portable device, and she shows it on her chest. We saw her using it a little bit in the previous trailer, but yeah, we see Isabella Merced reacting to what is in Eileen Wu's chest, and this is a very, very tense scene. Yeah, we get a little bit of chestburster action here, and that's all before the 20th Century logo. The Romulus lab doors closing. We see the Weyland-Yutani logo there. If I remember right, the doors are actually opening in the movie, and this is a reverse shot for the trailer. We have Archie Renault looking over his shoulder in a little laboratory kind of room. This was a crazy scene where the facehuggers are born out of, not eggs, but born out of little pods. And I wonder why they're born out of pods and not eggs. I won't tell you, but you'll have to find out when you see the movie. Unless they show it in a future trailer, but I don't think they will. The facehuggers swimming through the water and stuff. That was a lot of fun. And then we get the first facehugger attack in the movie. This is the first time it happens in the movie, and we get people fighting off facehuggers and stuff. I wonder if any of them get taken besides Eileen Wu, which we've seen in the trailer. You could also faintly see Andy standing in the background with his hands up. This is when he is doing his software upgrade. Now this here was probably my favorite scene in the whole entire movie, when we see our titular Xenomorph birthing out of a pod, and you see his fingers are kind of like bent backwards, and he starts to break out, and he extends his fingers. He's all curled up, and he just... It's really good stuff. It's shot so well. We get another glimpse of it here later, too. Oh, it's good stuff. It's all practical, too. This was all practical stuff. There wasn't CGI in that shot, and I love it. Lots of very atmospheric shots. We see Isabella Merced screaming at a doorway, and our Xenomorph popping up behind her. Andy saying, "Run again," like he said in that first trailer. And then they start running for certain reasons. And this is where I say they've been removing some stuff from the trailers, so there's a little bit going on here. Oh, and there's Eileen Wu getting face-hugged like we saw in the previous trailer. We saw Kaylee Spaney there with a spacesuit on. I wonder why she's doing that. Maybe she's going outside for some reason. We see our scarred dome on the Xenomorph here when he's waking up for the first time. Beautifully backlit shot. Very well done. I loved it so much. And I'm just going to kill this rumor now. This is not Big Chap, and he is not in any of these trailers. Isabella Merced sneaking around, and then something sneaks up behind her there and getting knocked out of a vent there. This is Eileen Wu, and just bursted a little bit, and Isabella Merced is reacting to what has gone down there. It is pretty visceral when I saw it. That is very interesting. I'm not going to say who or what that is, but yeah. That meteorite kind of thing. It's interesting. I really liked where they went with that. Lots of zero gravity stuff. Oh man, there's a lot going on here. We see Kaylee Spaney and Archie Renault running through a hive there with their guns out. And this is Spike Fur, and he's shoving something and zapping it. And I wonder what's going on there. And he's using a cattle prod. There we see Kaylee Spaney and Isabella Merced, like they're running from something. This is a very interesting moment where Andy kind of malfunctions for a minute. And I wouldn't say malfunctions. He's just doing he's doing some software updates, we'll put it that way, at a very inconvenient time. And I really love how his eyes rolled back and we saw the Weyland-Yutani logo. That was not in the version that I saw. Oh, we see the station starting to fall apart some more. Almost like there's a timeline they have to work through and have to get out in a certain amount of time so they don't blow up. And actually you can see something leaving the ship that looks a small Narcissus-like model. Oh, Isabella Merced dealing with that disgusting scene that she has talked about in her interviews. And we see the little space pod crashing after a moment. We see this in the previous trailer, getting ripped off of the station, and it's floating around a little bit, and we see it crashing here. This is where we see some Xenomorph action. Kaylee Spaney is shooting a Xenomorph with her pulse rifle, and it's all practical. You can tell it's just hanging there. It's really reacting to things and stuff. It's Kaylee Spaney and Archie Renault hanging out, looking behind them in the red light. And then we have our Xenomorph kind of birthing out of a pod here. And this is a kind of a new moment for the Alien franchise where we get to see a little bit of a different take on what comes after the chest burster a little bit. And you see that its fingers are wrapped around its head. And then later we'll see it breaking apart like we saw earlier in the trailer. Well, like I said, one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. It's very well done. I love it. And then here we see Kaylee Spaney floating in zero gravity, but also acid floating around this space, and I wonder how that all plays out. It's pretty nuts. It's a lot of fun, this stuff. This is a movie that's just fun, and I cannot wait to see with a crowd. And then our final shot, we got Kaylee Spaney up against the wall with a Xenomorph screaming at her, just like Ripley dealt with in Alien 3. Good stuff. And we have our title card for Alien Romulus. Again, there's not a lot spoiled here. There's no plot. There's a little bit of plot saying you don't want to be here forever, do you? That means they're trying to leave the planet they're on. But there's not any secret reveals. There's no spoilers really in this trailer, I would feel. This is a very good spoiler-light trailer. I would say if you can, and if you have avoided them for this amount of time, stay away from the leaks. There are some serious surprises in this movie that are not going to be in the marketing. There is some serious, like, I am your father, Darth Vader. I wouldn't say it's like that, but I would say that's not something that would have been in the Empire Strikes Back trailer, so I wouldn't expect the surprises that caught me off guard when I was watching the movie for the first time in the trailers. They are really trying to keep this one tight-lipped, and I understand and respect that and support that. Just because some YouTuber has some information doesn't mean you should listen to them. I know people love the leaks and the spoilers, but I promise you your reaction to what will actually happen in the movie will be so much better if you don't know what's coming. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, please don't blow up my DMs on this one. I will not answer your questions about the spoilers, even though you will ask a million times. I've had a lot of you popping in those DMs, and I appreciate your excitement. I am right there with you. I'm excited to see the final cut, even though I've seen the thing twice now. Right here on this TV, on my couch, in my comfort of my own home. And I cannot wait to see this one with a crowd who doesn't know what's coming, because there is some serious, just like, crowd. I can hear the crowd screaming about certain things in terror and excitement and cheers. It's a fun time, and I just am looking forward to seeing this one on the big screen. With the final effects, too, because it's looking better and better every time I've seen more and more. And it was a beautifully shot film when I got to see it, so lots of great practical effects. Very good stuff. Please check out my previous Alien Romulus videos. Like I said, I uploaded the Q&A from Monster Palooza this past weekend. If you want to hear Fede, Alec Gillis, and Shane Mahan talk about working on the franchise, working on this movie, the legacy of the series, possibly would you like to see an Alien vs. Predator? Even more information, like Phil Tippett is doing stop motion for this film, which that was not information that I knew before going into that Q&A. So even if I've seen the movie, there's still stuff that I get to learn. Thank you so much for watching Mike's Monsters. I really appreciate you being here and watching my stuff. Give it a like, subscribe if you want to support the channel. I have shops and stuff below if you'd like to order prints of my toy photography and stuff like that. And if you want to follow my toy photography, check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I post all my stuff there once I've got new shots done, and I've got more coming. And I've even got photos of movie props like the Neil Blomkamp Alien 5 statues and stuff like that, because I've been able to see this stuff in person. So thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy Alien Romulus come August, and I would be surprised if they don't put out another trailer. And if they do, try not to watch it. Just go in blind. I promise you the experience will be so much more rewarding and more fun if you don't know what's coming. I was seriously surprised by some of the things they did in this one, and like I said, I can't wait to hear the crowd reacting to it later on down the road. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Bye!